A little rookie report, guys. Talk about Carson Schwesinger's injury after a quick word from FanDuel.
Hurts.
The NBA season's here. NFL is midway through, and FanDuel has you covered. For any sport you want right now, new customers can bet just $5, get $300 in bonus bets. If you win, that's right, pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to download the FanDuel app and get started today. We will talk some Cavs in about 10 minutes, but first we got to get to our weekly rookie report. We'll start with Carson Schwesinger, guys, who got hurt in the loss. He's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks, but was playing well, got his first career interception before the injury. Bo, what'd you make of Carson Schwesinger?
Yeah, I thought he was playing fine. He was a B until the injury, and obviously he's been their best young player on defense, and now he's going to miss most of the rest of the season. It's unfortunate.
It's great interception.
Yeah, great play.
Athletic play.
Yeah,
it's fun watching him play. It's bummer that he's out. I think Judkins going to be okay. I don't think that's anything long term, but the Schwesinger thing, they're going to miss him on defense, and we'll see who can step in.
Man, this was why I be talking about these drafts. It's like, cool, yeah, you got a draft, and Schwesinger is one of them dudes. I like him. I think he super athletic. I think he's going to be one of them dudes that's going to be leading the league in tackles every single year. He fits right at home. I love his game, but the thing is, you ain't got nobody behind him. You ain't got nobody. You got to pair that with something. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just have one good draft and be like, oh, we good, because injuries happen. Like, these guys, what happened to JOK got me thinking different about a lot of stuff. It's like, yeah, you can sit here and say, oh, you one play away from losing one of your best players forever. So your job as GM is not to get 3 out of 20 right. You better get 10, 12, 13 right and have them stacked up. So now we're going to get an opportunity to see who behind him, but this going to hurt a lot. He calls all the plays in the huddle. He's one of your most athletic guys. He's on the field 3 downs right, and he was a strength of your team. Now you're gonna have to lean a lot more on Devin Bush. You're gonna have to lead more on Baker. You're gonna have to Diabate gonna be in the game more. So this is a tough blow.
Yeah, this one really hurts, man. He was in the conversation for Defensive Rookie of the Year, especially at this position with JOK being gone.
It sucks.
God, man, there's just. I saw a funny meme yesterday. You might have seen it. It was the Giants fans, and it had some dude standing there and just some guy standing across him and just kicking him between the legs 18 times. Yeah. And the meme was what it's like to be a Giants fan. And then it showed some other guy standing there and log swinging and hitting him right in the groin. Yeah. And I'm like, that's us too. I mean, and I laughed that they said that's the Giants. You guys have Super Bowl trophies. That might be you the last decade. This has been us the last 40 years. We can't have nice things.
No, ever. Like it's ever.
I say 40 years just because in the 60s when the NFL was a much different league, this franchise, that's what makes it worse for the old timers. This franchise was the bar. They were winning championships.
Well, even the 80s, they were good.
They were good, but they never made a Super Bowl. We were good.
It wasn't a joke franchise.
You know what? At this point in my life, just give me 3 enjoyable hours on Sunday. Like, that's it. And I can't even get that.
At least be fun. Quinshon Judkins had been fun. Yesterday we talked about going into the game. The Patriots had not given up 50 yards to a running back this season. Yeah. Quinshon obviously got hurt in the third quarter, but 9 carries for just 19 yards, was hit behind the line of scrimmage on 7 of those 9 carries, which makes it tough to evaluate. But any other takeaways on Quinshon? I mean,
what does that say?
It did kind of
nothing.
Just
gave the takeaways.
I hate our run game setup. I hate how they block. I hate how people just be letting people come in the backfield all free. I hate how many people are standing up, looking around, not blocking nobody.
How many times is that linebacker? I forgot his name now. They're
Spillane.
How many times is he unblocked?
Right in the face.
I mean,
right in the face.
Offensive line F-.
I don't know that.
I thought the pass blocking was fine in this game.
I don't know
the run blocking was terrible.
I don't know the blocking assignments, but I'm watching Cam Robinson go to the second level and hit a linebacker while Spillane runs right by him. I'm like, what? And again, I don't know what his assignment was, but something is off.
There's a free guy coming through all the time. And it's evident in every single game. It's just, it is. I don't know how they're blocking it. I just don't know. There's multiple people coming free. And there's an illusion just because the running back has some nice carries. No, he's making guys miss in the backfield. And
he couldn't yesterday.
And yesterday, they made a point to be like, nah, you're not getting that off.
All right, Harold Fannin did score a touchdown. He came out of the backfield on that first touchdown. Stefanski lined him up as a fullback, snuck in a flood concept, got into the end zone. He continues to be the Browns' leading receiver, which not a high bar, but he is.
Has a rookie tight end ever led a team in receiving yards?
Yes.
Bowers. Definitely happened. Yeah,
Bowers last year. I think that was the first time it ever happened.
Did Ozzie do it?
Probably did.
Well, I will look that up, but what'd you make of how Harold Fannin played yesterday?
He played a good game. I mean, he was one of maybe the only bright spot on the offense. He played a good game.
Yeah.
He's as good as we thought he was.
I'm ready to see him just get all David Njoku's minutes. I don't know how many there are to be had, but at this point, give me something else. Njoku was looking rough. Shout out to him. He did come out and play, but he wasn't moving all that well. He had the knee brace on too. So me and Tyvus was watching the film against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He said, "You know what, G. Bush? They actually running 3 tight ends not because Kevin want to, it's because they just don't got a receiver." I said, "Ain't that a so and so?"
Bull, by the way, a rookie tight end has led his team in receiving yards 3 times, including 2 times in the last 5 years. Kyle Pitts also led Atlanta in receiving yards.
So it's only happened 3 times ever. Yeah,
it's going to be 4.
In Ozzie Newsome's rookie year, he had 589 yards, which was second on the team behind Reggie Rucker.
There you go.
And last but not least, the last rookie before we pivot to the Cavs, we mentioned Mason Graham. Bull, I know you said you didn't see much from him. Obviously, defensive tackle, harder to evaluate.
Yeah, I know.
Mid-game, but he didn't really make any impact plays.
No.
But, G, you played the position. What did you make of what Mason did yesterday?
That's a defensive tackle game. This is you're seeing why I was like, you took a defensive tackle at 5, and when you don't, he can be perfectly fine being in his gap, but unless you are, again, as I repeat, unless you are Aaron Donald or Warren Sapp, Cortez Kennedy, John Randall, you can't take a defensive tackle.
They got to be.
They got to be. There's not the level of impact. He has 17 tackles. He's played.
Can I ask
those guys have that impact in rookie years? I can't remember any.
Sapp was good as a rookie.
Sapp
I remember Sapp was. Let me ask you this: does he have anything to do with Miles getting home 5 times yesterday?
No.
None.
0.
Well, that's interesting.
At all. Miles Garrett got triple teamed and he was still getting home. Go watch the first 3 sacks. The first 3 sacks, he got chipped by a tight end. He Euro stepped and ran around and made a secondary move around the tackle, and he gets hit by 3 people.
By the way, Warren Sapp only had 3 sacks his rookie year. Year 2, he had 9.
Yeah, he wasn't a big sack guy right away. He played the traditional defensive tackle.
He played the 3.
He was a run stop.
Yeah.
But I think they realized, my God, this guy, his athleticism. Warren Sapp was a ridiculous athlete.
As a rookie, he had 3 sacks and 27 tackles.
Who was that? Warren Sapp?
Warren Sapp, which is,
a good line.
On par with what Mason Graham's doing.
So,
who'd you want me to look up? Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
I have some advanced analytics for you guys that are directly comparable. So shout out to Anthony Reinhard, who writes for StatButler.com. He does a lot of NFL deep analytics. He put together pass rush win rate for pass rushers drafted in the first round from the interior of the defensive line in their first 7 games, and compared to Mason Graham.
Work right there.
So it's actually a pretty good comparison, and it's not just first round picks.
Yeah.
There's also guys like Matabike who kind of popped off as rookies. So
Right. Okay.
Mason Graham has 189, and I'm going to give you 2 stats because it shows how tracking is different on different sites. This is PFF first, then I'll give you the ESPN, and 2 very different answers. But of the 9 elite defensive tackles in terms of what they came into the league projected to do, and Matabike and Kobe Turner, who were later round picks, Mason Graham ranks 8th out of 9 in PFF's pass rush win rate. For comparison, Jalen Carter in his first 7 games, who was the number 9 overall pick, had a 22.2% pass rush win rate his first 7 games as a rookie. Brian Murphy, who was the Seattle Seahawks first-round pick, he was the number 16 overall pick, had a 16.4% win rate. A guy like Dexter Lawrence, 19th pick for the Giants a couple of years back, in his first 7 games had an 8.0 pass rush win rate. Mason Graham this year, 189 pass rushes, a 6.8 pass rush win rate. So
Mike, this is how many years? Is Aaron Donald on there?
No, it's just the last couple of years.
Oh, just the last couple of years. By the way, Aaron Donald had 9 sacks his rookie year.
And then, for comparison, and I mentioned that ESPN also has their own pass rush win rate like metrics. Mason Graham has a 13% pass rush win rate, which ranks much higher than it does on PFF, which just goes to show each tracking has its own
Where does he rank
data.
out of?
This has a bigger sample size. It says 20, which is all first-round picks, and he's 10th out of 20. So middle of the pack in the 20.
All right, he's not standing out, but it's a position where, again, by next year, if we don't see it like him being impactful by some point next year, we're going to know it was a mistake. But it's too early to write him off. Yeah. He's been okay.
My critique is more about the position of need,
right? Yeah,
rather than the player.
Yeah, when you look at what did we really need more? A defensive tackle or a wide receiver?
Left tackle.
By the way, in the 5 picks after Graham, you had Mahmoud, who's the starting tackle for the Jets, who's played pretty well. Kelvin Banks, the starting left tackle for the Saints, who's played pretty well. And Tet McMillan, the starting receiver, who's the number 1 option in Carolina right now, who have all played pretty well. Just wanted to mention that. And it's no knock on Mason Graham, just position need.
Position
Guys
need.
We have perhaps the greatest pass rusher ever. We have perhaps the worst wide receiving core I've ever seen.
Well,
let's add to
they had 2 catches yesterday, by the way. The whole receiver core.
That makes me want to vomit
all
over this table.
I mean, how many times have I said they had the 2nd pick, they traded down, they took defensive players with their top 2 picks?
Stupid.
So they knew what the offense looked like last year. They knew how bad it was.
Why did they
traded down and took defensive players?
How many receiving yards did Browns receivers have yesterday? Receiving yards total.
Jamari Thrash had 2 for what? 2 for I'm pulling up the box score right now. Jamari Thrash had 2 catches for 31 yards, which accounted for all of the Browns receivers' catches and yards in the game.
And then what's a fireable offense? It was a fireable offense.
Our receiving core yesterday.
I'll read you every receiver stat line for the Browns yesterday. Are you ready?
31 yards.
Jamari Thrash, 2 catches, 31 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 2 targets, 0 receptions, 0 yards. Isaiah Bond, 4 targets, 0 receptions, 0 yards. Malachi Corley, 1 rush, 31 yards. And that's a rush, not a
And how many?
That was their best play of the game.
How many? So he had 19 receptions.
6 to Fannin, 4 to Njoku, 5 to Sampson, 3 to Judkins, 1 to 4.
Oh my God.
The Browns receivers had 2 catches yesterday.
It's the worst wide receiving core I've ever watched.
And Chad O'Shea is sitting there telling me, I ran it the other day on the barbershop, well, we really like our receiving room. They're doing everything that we're asking them to do, and you
Except
know,
for catch passes.
and I'm really excited with more opportunities that they're going to put up numbers.
How does he
I said, listen, this is a fireable offense. The fact that you even getting up here talking about this stuff with these receivers, it's also a fireable offense. The fact that every single year, and this is not, hey, everybody, if you're new to the show, this isn't just the G. Bush Act today. How long has G. Bush been running this receiver spiel? 3 whole years, every single year, starting with Donovan Peoples-Jones and his body of work. Who's not in the league? Hey, let's
Anthony Schwartz,
Cedric Tillman and his body, and these dudes is Jags,
Yeah,
just guys.